Diddy's ex-bodyguard, Gene Deal, has just come out and warned Diddy's son, Christian, about the danger his life is in. As it turns out, Diddy's own son is the reason that Cassie footage got leaked on the internet and eventually led to Diddy ending up in jail.
This record that King Combs came out with, where he was coming at 50 and coming at everybody, coming at his dad, like, how you feel about that record?
Well, first I want to say to this young man, before somebody take his head off, because see, that's that new school bull crap that these kids out here, they easy to fly off their mouth with that. You don't invite a man to your private. You don't invite a man to your private unless you doing the Diddy. If two men lay down, how many homos get up? Let me tell you, young man, 2 of them. You understand? So don't invite a man to your private, because that man will see you and take your head off. Especially somebody like 50. You don't send or let a boy do a man's job. I don't know if he need that type of attention or he want that type of attention. Evidently he do. But 50 is the wrong dude that you want to do that type of attention, get that kind of attention from, bro. In the infamous words of Waka Flocka, that nigga go hard in the paint. And I don't believe that this cat would even put out some trash like that and really didn't know what he was doing. He's teasing the federal government. And I told y'all, the Southern District of New York do not play.
So yeah, it turns out that Diddy's own son may be the reason he ends up serving life for his long list of crimes.
You see, after he did that shit, something get leaked to the press. Do you notice that, right? Soon as he did that dumb shit, talking about, well, we did this and we did that. We had this over here, y'all went to the wrong house. Some went to, he said, well, we're gonna show you how wrong we are. Yo, CNN, run this. Action, roll them. Don't play with the feds, bro. Because you got to realize this. They got a lot of time. All they got is time.
So, yeah, it turns out that Diddy's own son may be the reason he ends up serving life for his long list of crimes.
Oh, man, I've worked in law enforcement for 27 years, and I had the opportunity to see HIDA. It's a place, whereas they have the state, the feds, the NYPD, the Department of Corrections, and the state police. Yo, this place could be half of a basketball court. That's where they just got lines of computers with officers of all different people and officers just on the internet. Whoever's over that case, whoever's working that case, don't you know they saw that and took it to their boss?
In fact, it seems like Christian doesn't much care about his dad at all.
Hi, Hector.
That double
Christian King was spotted celebrating with his girlfriend Raven just 2 days after attending his father's sex trafficking court hearing. In a video shared online, the Love You Better rapper was seen enjoying the night with Tracy after she spoke at ESN's Eid to Funds panel on Saturday.
And she was 25 years old at the time. She believed that the trip would be a, quote, wholesome family excursion, but says it, quote, turned into a hedonistic environment, even describing rampant drug use among sex workers and celebrities who came on board. She believes that the alcohol on the yacht had been laced with drugs because she says women would have one drink and then almost immediately pass out or start falling over. This is, by the way, something that it was also alleged in Jones's lawsuit, that Combs would spike the drinks of different people. But focusing on Christian Combs, Markey says that Christian Combs had been staying at a villa on the shore, but that he would come onto the yacht in the evening to party. And on December 28, 2022, Christian reportedly arrived very intoxicated and then proceeded to pressure Markey to take shots of him.
The couple shared a kiss while dancing, surrounded by friends. Christian proudly declared into the camera that he had the baddest girl in the world. This night out followed a serious family event. Christian and 5 of his 6 siblings had attended their father's court appearance just 2 days prior. Diddy, founder of Bad Boy Records, has been facing serious charges. His mother, Janice Combs, was also in attendance to support him, even defending him publicly against what she described as a public lynching. According to reports, Sean entered the courtroom wearing jail clothes and came in through a side door. Despite pleading not guilty, he was denied bail for the 3rd time, and the judge has set a trial date for May 5th.
Markey reportedly told Christian, quote, "Excuse me, you don't touch my legs like that. I'll move my legs where I want to. If I want to do this, then I will. You don't touch my legs like that." Markey then says that she told Christian she couldn't stay with him unless it was approved by a supervisor, all of whom she knew would be asleep at the time, so this was a way for her to get out of the situation. She claims that Christian said, "Who can I talk to? I'm going to say I requested you right now." Markey then says she responded with, quote, "Well, you can take your hand off my ass for the first thing." Markey says that she tried to go back to her work, but Christian found her again, wanted her to find him a place to sleep for the night. So she ended up taking him to the cinema room for the yacht, which doubled as a place for people to sleep. And she claims that is when Christian blocked her and groped her, took off his clothes, tried to force her to perform oral sex on him. She says that she was able to fight him off until someone came in. Now, the lawsuit goes on to say that Markey told the yacht captain what happened the very next day, but he didn't believe her, didn't do any sort of real investigation. She says the captain retaliated against her for months after the alleged assault, before ultimately firing her in May of 2023. Now, aside from her account, aside from a potential other witness, right, the person that allegedly walked in on this, what proof is there that this happened? Well, she reportedly has photos of the bruises that she says were caused by this event with Christian Combs. The quote was, "Our attempts to share this proof with Mr. Jones's attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, have been ignored, as Mr. Blackburn refuses to return our calls." Holly goes on to say, "We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them." Then the attorneys for Universal Music Group, one of the defendants who are also being sued by Rodney Jones for their alleged participation and facilitation of the abuse and trafficking claimed by Jones, they argued that the claims were so, quote, offensively false that one of these attorneys, Donald Zakarin, wrote, "A license to practice law is a privilege. Mr. Blackburn, plaintiff's lawyer, has misused that license to self-promote, gratuitously, falsely, and recklessly accusing the UMG defendants of criminal behavior." So a lot of back and forth that we're seeing right here. And again, to be clear, everything that Diddy and his sons are facing are accusations. They haven't even been criminally charged. These are civil lawsuits. There has been no finding by a judge or a jury that they are liable at this point. Having said all of that, this is a very significant development, and we will see.
The most disturbing part is that Christian is no saint either. He is quite the rap sheet himself. Back in April, a lawsuit was filed against Christian Combs alleging that he sexually assaulted a woman named Grace O'Marquet. According to the lawsuit, the incident occurred in late December 2020 while O'Marquet was working on a boat charter, which had initially been promoted as a wholesome family excursion, but allegedly turned into a hedonistic environment. The alleged assault took place just days before Diddy hosted a celebrity-filled New Year's Eve yacht party. O'Marquet's lawsuit accuses Christian of sexual assault, sexual harassment, and infliction of emotional distress. Diddy is also named in the suit for premises liability as the person who chartered the yacht and for allegedly aiding and abetting his son.
May 5th, 2025. That's when Diddy trial starts. How you feel about it, man?
I think if their lawyer got that off, they did a great job, because you got to realize some of these cases, even you get regular drug cases, they be taking a year or 2 years to go through all the paperwork, everything they want to do, how the guy weighed out, getting the witnesses and everything together. I think the lawyer thinking that they're not going to be able to give them discovery and enough discovery in that short of time, because the prosecutors are not going to present anything to the court that they think they can't prove. You understand what I'm saying? So the prosecutors is going to try to, go through everything. And that's a short time, brother. That's less than what, May? That's less than 7-8 months. You talking about 18 businesses. You talking about they got, I think they say 170 witnesses. You understand? They got 1,000 bottles of oil they got to test. Allegedly baby oil that they got to test. And I said allegedly baby oil because that's what the prosecutor said. Alleged baby oil. He didn't say baby oil. He said alleged baby oil. So that means that it may be something, or some of those bottles wasn't baby oil. You talking about victims and their statements and presenting them to the courts. So they got a lot of things. So that was a smart move by the defense, trying to get the trial, a speedy trial, so the prosecutor only have so much evidence that they could present. It could help them and it can hurt them too.
How you feel about Diddy lawyers coming out blaming the government for leaking, the tape of Cassie?
Well, the lawyers are doing what they're supposed to do. They supposed to trying to try this case in the public's eye. You understand? So Diddy could get, Diddy could probably get off by them saying that the prosecutors them released the tape. The grand jury have every right to see any kind of evidence out there that the prosecute want to give them. Now, them leaking it and everything like that, that's not going to decide whether the judge is going to allow them to dismiss the case because they leaked this one, this trial, because they're gonna try to state he can't get a fair trial because the prosecutors are trying to win their case in the public's eye. That's not gonna be, it's gonna be up to the judge to decide whether that was significant enough to not have this trial. His lawyers are trying to do anything, and they're gonna try to do anything to win this case without it first going in front of a jury, without it first going in front of the judge like that. You know, so what they're doing is they're gonna try to play all different kind of cards to make us think, you understand, the dude is innocent and he's been done wrong and unfair. That's what the lawyer's supposed to do. But it ain't gonna work, bro. It's not gonna work. Just like, hold up, but just like first bail denied, second bail denied, the third bail denied. They don't trust the lawyers, and they damn well don't trust Diddy being out in public or in the streets or at home at any time.
She further alleges that Christian Combs arrived on the boat heavily intoxicated and gave her an uncomfortable amount of attention. The suit states that Christian pressured her to take shots of tequila, which she suspects was spiked, and that he later became aggressive, groping her inappropriately. The suit also references audio recordings made by producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones, who was present at the time and claims to have hours of footage documenting illegal activities involving Diddy and his staff.
You heard about how he might be getting some more indictments?
I think that they trying to beef up their case, bro. They're gonna continue to beef up their case once they continue to dig and get stuff. Once they continue to dig and get more stuff from the business part of it, they're gonna use those charges. Because if he did anything that was illegal regarding tax evasions, money laundering, they're gonna use that. If he had used his company and his power for the racketeering and things like that, so they can get the RICO Act on there, they're gonna use that. Any new news that can make their case powerful and they could present it to the court, they're gonna use it. As long as they give it to the defense team in the discovery, they're gonna use everything. But it's gonna be difficult for Puff to fight his case in jail. You know how hard it is to fight your case and go through every last one of those victims, or whether you know them or not. All that paperwork he had to do, you gotta realize they only get a lawyer like 2 hours, I think. Anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. And maybe on certain days, depending on where you at. How is he gonna fight his case decent in jail? But that's what happened where you lay your head.
So you don't see any kind of way he get out of this?
Bruh, I would bet whatever I had that he ain't got no chance in hell in getting out of here. All because they already got one witness for the sex trafficking case. And that's all you need. And when you only have to have one witness for the sex trafficking case, even though she may have been a participant, and I'm talking about Cassie, it's gonna be hard for him to fight that one charge.
This is certainly a significant development, as Diddy is now in jail, and still more shocking things continue to come out about him and his family. He has recently been hit by 6 more lawsuits, and Gene Deal believes he has no chance of winning the trial.